first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Shoves him aside near the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Tannehill now running the option to the right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word. But if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Now a throw here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, Look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 23. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ballgame. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Tannehill. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. They'll let this go for the end zone. And, that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now it's Tannehill. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
He's going to keep this again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Right there.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The tackle made back at the 13-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 27. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st down, Tannehill. Got a man. It's Higbee complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. That is caught by Lamb. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now Tannehill. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Check the knee. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Now Tannehill. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first-half lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Able to connect with Mims. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
24 is the mic. 6-man.
Wilson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Wilson. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he is out of bounds here. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Zach Wilson, as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, it's Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd down at 4. Tannehill now to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Off the option, here's Henry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Tannehill going to hand to Henry on the option. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. That's caught. It's Shi Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They ain't ready for
Touchdown, Falcons! Derrick Henry, 30 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Buccaneers 6. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. He's going to air one out, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw is Tannehill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Buccaneers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Wilson on the keeper, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Zach Wilson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Tannehill. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. Here's Wilson. And now here is another interception. Able to get there and pick it. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. That is caught by Mims. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Past the 20. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making...
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes them back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. 2nd down and goal. Wilson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue. Exercise those fingers.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Touchdown, Falcons. CeeDee Lamb. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
We got 3 down. 3 down. 24 is the mic.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. 2nd down, they go again with Henry.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
It's our field. Hey. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Watch 36. 36. Run. Kill.
Here's Tannehill. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Watch 36.
Tannehill going to throw it. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Dustin Hopkins is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And finally, he's out of bounds, but how about that return? All the way inside the 20 and into the red zone. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
One last shot for Wilson. He's got it. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Falcons, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.